All right, everyone, welcome all, episode 44 of the Casey and Tyler Show. Got some March Madness recap. Obviously, a crazy first weekend in March Madness. I mean, it feels like that every year, Casey, that we say this was the craziest weekend ever, but this was a crazy first weekend in March.
This was a great weekend.
It was. I agree. We'll talk about a little bit of golf. I did admittedly watch the Valspar Championship. I know Casey was locked in on the March Madness, so I'll talk a little bit about that, and then we'll preview the Dell Match Play, which is, I think, one of the coolest tournaments they do.
I love that tournament.
Yeah, it's just different, right? It's cool to do it once a year to see match play, and like, I mean, it's funny because it coincides with March Madness. They put out like a bracket. It's like 64 guys, just like 64 teams. So I think that's kind of cool that they lean into that. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and then obviously, as of the time of this recording, we have the World Baseball Classic final. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I know you and I have really enjoyed the World Baseball Classic this year. Obviously, Team USA playing against Team Japan in the finals right now. So we won't be able to recap that because it's going on now, but we can kind of talk about the tournament so far, and then hopefully Team USA wins. We can just say right now, Team USA won. You know what I mean? So
we're just going to say USA won. They won. I'm going to predict the score. They won 8-6.
I was going to say 7-2. I think USA is going to get hot, but obviously Merrill Kelly's pitching for the United States, and you know, he's a good player, but I do think that the USA lacks one thing. We'll get into all that. If they lack one thing, it's starting pitching. That's for sure. So but all right, let's do it. Casey, anything you want to add?
Let's just do it.
All right, bet. Casey, let's start off with some March Madness recap here. Crazy weekend. Obviously, we'll have to get into an all-time bet that you made. I guess we can start there. Purdue loses 16 seed, loses to or a 1 seed, excuse me, loses to 16 seed. Fairleigh Dickinson University out of New Jersey takes down Purdue.
They weren't even supposed to be in the tournament.
Right. If you
want, they lost their conference championship game, but the team that won their conference championship game, there's a stupid rule that if you switch between Division II and Division I, you can't play in any
postseason tournament.
Yes. Postseason tournament for 4 years, and this was their fourth year. This was their fourth and final year.
That's crazy. I thought it was only for a year. I didn't realize it was for 4 years. That's the dumbest thing ever, especially if you're going up a division. What that doesn't make sense. It's not like I would get it if like Duke was like, you know what, we're going to go down to the NAIA and just dominate. Like, no, we're not going to allow that. But that's crazy. But all-time bet by you. You took Fairleigh Dickinson money line, I believe, before the game started.
It wasn't before the game.
So you live bet.
I watched the first half, and I had a gut feeling that FDU was going to win. And I was going back and forth like the entire halftime, like to the point where my stomach started to hurt just because I was just, yes, place the bet. No, don't place the bet. Don't be fucking stupid. Then I was like, you know what?
And it's a fun bet to place. I mean,
it was, but like when I said don't be fucking stupid, that was when my stomach started to hurt. So I was like, go with your gut.
Yeah.
Place the fucking bet. So I placed the bet, and I was on my feet the entire second half.
You got like what, 7-1 odds or something like that?
Yeah, it was plus 700 is what I got.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great bet. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, Purdue was still 11.5 points favorite to win the game. So I was excited. I mean, that game, Purdue couldn't shoot the ball at all.
Well, I also think Fairleigh Dickinson's guard play, they were so quick. It made it very difficult on Purdue. The Big Ten doesn't see teams play small like that. And they were like, we're just going to play so small. We're going to be too small for you guys to
Yeah.
guard. You
We're
guys
gonna
are
use our
too
size
slow.
to our advantage, and
Yeah,
it's
which
the
is
small
weird.
size.
Yeah, exactly. And their guards were so quick. I mean, Edey looked lost half the game. And like you said,
Well,
Purdue couldn't buy a basket.
it was one of those things to where they played that game. Like, it was pretty much, he went to that game plan. It was like they watched fucking Wasps. That was what they watched. Because it was pretty much as soon as Edey got the ball, it was a swarm. They all came right in on him. It was like a pack of fucking hyenas on a fucking dead animal. Just went right in on him, and then he would dish it out to his guys, and they would miss a three. And it was one of those things to where when he would go up for a rebound, my mom asked, she was like, why was Edey like slapping the ball out every single offensive rebound? It's like, well, when you have 5 dudes underneath you, you're going to come down and you're going to have at least 2 sets of arms in at that ball.
Yeah.
So you might as well do the best you can and hit it out to the 3-point area, and hopefully your team can swing the ball around and get a wide open 3, but they were missing them.
Yeah, and I always think this is what happens when you see teams get upset in the tournament. It's that like they try to, one, you stick with your game plan. I get that, but it always feels like their sense of urgency comes way too late, where they're like, we are better, like believe that, and things will turn around. And the next, there's 2 minutes left, guys. Like you're running out of time to dominate the game. So it almost felt like, to me, watching it, they were like a little bit too calm, cool, and collected. And it was a close game. Like let's not act like they were down by like 12 or whatever, but it did feel like at times where they were like a little bit too calm, where it was like, and I guess you don't want to panic either, but sometimes you got to panic a little bit to be like, we need to get going now.
Right.
Like, let's not wait to the last minute to close them out or whatever. And I mean, great win. Obviously, I was out celebrating St. Patrick's Day, and every TV got switched to that game. No one cared about any of the other games on. They were like, a 1 seed's about to lose again. Let's do it. And no one cared about their bracket. No one cared about anything. They were like, we want Fairleigh Dickinson to win 1,000%.
Right.
And I love that. And I say that every March. The minute I submit my bracket, if I'm watching a game, unless I have some rooting interest or like for you, like a bet placed, I'm typically rooting for an upset because it's just a good storyline. Like I know a lot of people, they're like, well, Fairleigh Dickinson, never heard of them. And it's like, they're based out of New Jersey, and they're probably some tough kids that have had to get it out of the mud and whatnot. And shout out to their coach. Their coach had an all-time interview afterwards talking about just like before the game, he called out Purdue and said, we can beat them. Then afterwards, he apologized and was like, look, I wasn't trying to discredit Purdue. They're a great program. He goes, it was just me trying to pump up my guys. And then they
have the confidence. If you don't have the confidence, you're never going to do it. So you have to go in and saying you're going to beat the team. It's no disrespect to that other team. It's more of a,
Purdue's also a 1
seed.
They should. Yeah, exactly. And Purdue takes disrespect to that. You lost the game. So he was right. You know what I mean? And not to mention, so obviously Fairleigh Dickinson goes on to lose to FAU. And like, what was that? A 16-9 matchup, I think it was. And I figured that was going to be a great game too, because FAU looked good in their first game, similar type of team, or just really fast guard play. And then afterwards, just like the most awesome interview. And he's just like, I can't wait to go fish. And he's crying. He's like real proud of his guys. And shout out to him. He moves on up. He gets the job at Iona.
Yeah. And speaking of that, how that job got open. Rick Pitino took the St. John's coaching job.
Yep. So that's interesting. I mean, good for him. I know I saw a lot of people online that were like kind of shitting on him to take the Iona job. I'm like, look, guys, it's a promotion.
He's moving up. Come on.
Like it's a great story to think that he's going to stay there and continue like this. But in this world, he's trying to get to a top level job, and you don't do that by staying at Fairleigh Dickinson forever. So he goes to the Gales, who obviously have pretty, good tournament resume record in the past. They're always kind of in the mix. So good for him. He seems like an awesome dude. Just based on his interviews, you can tell he really cares about his players. So that was exciting. This one of the many exciting games. The next one I can think of is Arkansas taking down Kansas. Absolute banger of a game. And then Eric Musselman taking off his shirt, the coach for Kansas afterwards, and just swinging. Arkansas. Yeah, sorry. Swinging his shirt around, celebrating the Arkansas fan base. I mean, that was
I love Eric Musselman, dude.
He's great.
He's like by far my favorite college basketball coach. He is, you never know what the fuck. That dude's just a wild man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he wears his heart and emotions on his sleeve, and he is a fiery some bitch. I mean, he is fiery. I mean, I remember we talked about this a little bit before, but when they lost in they blew like a lead in the SEC tournament, and he was motherfucking everybody in that tunnel. I mean, he was so hot, and it's just like, that's the guy you want to play for, right? Because he cares as much as you do.
Yep.
And so that was an epic game. Kansas, you know, it's just one of those like things. Once you get in the tournament, it's the same thing. If you got to match the energy of their team, and Arkansas just came out swinging. I thought that was a great game too.
That was a really, really good game. That Arkansas-Kansas game. That was a phenomenal game.
Yep. Another one here. Princeton advances to the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
Princeton, did not see this coming.
No, I mean our Arizona 100% shot themselves in the foot in that game multiple times. It was like that Purdue thing. They waited too long, and it was just one of those things. Princeton is not a team that you can slouch on. I mean, okay. Same thing with FDU. No team in the tournament you can just sleep on and just expect to win a late game and expect to win. I mean, Princeton beat Arizona in a close one, then they handled Missouri.
Oh, that Missouri game was never close.
It wasn't even close at all.
I think they won 78-63 to beat Missouri. I mean, it was unbelievable. And the same, going back to your point about Arizona, it just felt like the similar thing, like you said with Purdue, where they just kind of were just there. There was never like this overwhelming sense of urgency. Like, guys, if we don't step it up now, we are going to lose this game. And I get it. You want to be confident. You want to be calm, stay within your game plan, I guess. But at some time, you just got to show up and be like, no, we're better, right? Like, we should be dominating these guys. And they just weren't. And like you said, I really do think Arizona, even more than Purdue, like, just didn't realize how like little of time was going to be left because it was close and it was back and forth. And that was a great game. And I love when these Ivy League teams come in and they just win. I mean, we saw it with Harvard a couple years ago. They made the Sweet 16. Like, that was crazy. So that was a good one. And so obviously that'll be Princeton and Creighton that play next, and who knows what's going to happen with that.
We can talk about the Sweet 16 matchups real, just kind of go over them real fast after we're done with the next two.
And then obviously State beats Marquette to advance.
That was a good game.
Great game. And I'm a Michigan fan, but I was wholeheartedly rooting for Michigan State. I'm an Izzo guy. I really am. Like, I respect Izzo. I respect that State program. And they're hot at the right time, man. And they seem to have really put it together, especially defensively. I loved their effort defensively against Marquette.
Oh, dude, Marquette 100% lost that game. They got in the foul trouble early.
Yeah.
And then Michigan State got off to a hot start against them. And the Marquette they tried to make a comeback, and then they just didn't have enough gas in the tank. Yeah,
they like closed the gap at the end of the first half, which I guess kind of swung the momentum a little bit back to Marquette, because at one point State was up like 14 points in that.
Yep, and I think Marquette ended up taking the lead at some point in like the second half.
They did, and then again, Michigan State's guard play just stepped up. They made shots down the stretch when they had to.
They got important rebounds too.
I say that Malik Hall rebound. I think it was a defensive rebound. Maybe it was an offensive rebound. I've never seen Izzo. He was so fired up about that rebound. Huge fist pump.
Offensive, because he called a timeout right
after.
Late in the game, he got an offensive rebound, and Izzo called a timeout immediately after.
Yeah,
and he fucking
he was fired up. That was a huge moment in that game, especially when you get that timeout real quick. You can reset the clock, and now you're like, we're good. We have a whole nother possession. If we score here, we're in great shape.
Right.
And that was a good game. Shaka Smart continues to stink in the tournament ever since he left, which was at Wichita State.
No, VCU.
VCU. Ever since he left VCU, I mean, he was not great with Texas, and this was a Marquette team that a lot of teams thought could make it to the Final Four. They got some things. I don't like Shaka Smart's haircut either. It's way too, like, I don't know. There's
It's
something
weird.
going on. Yeah,
It's
there's something going on there. And I'm like, you're a Marquette guy. I'm a Marquette guy. But
Oh,
not when they're
out
playing...
of all the Big East teams, I would say Marquette's my favorite team.
Yeah. I applied for law school there. Like, it's a great campus.
That's in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, but it's in Milwaukee, like right by Milwaukee. So yeah, it's a great school. And like I said, I wouldn't have been like upset if State lost, but I will say that, like, just sitting there watching them when they would like make a bucket, I was kind of like, yeah, let's go, because I want a Big Ten team to kind of make a run, and there's not many left in the tournament. So yeah, that was cool and good for Izzo, right? Like, and we know with that shooting that occurred on State's campus earlier this year that they got a lot, they're playing for a lot right now. So and again, I've been to these bars in East Lansing, seeing the videos coming out of like Harper's and stuff. These students are losing their minds. That's the best part about March Madness, is these students are just fired up. So that was cool. And Tennessee beats Duke to advance to the Sweet 16. They'll play FAU. Even though Tennessee's a higher seed, I don't know who was favorite.
4 seed.
Yeah, but Duke was like a 5 seed, right?
Duke was a 5, yeah.
I meant higher. I should have said lower seed. I was thinking like they were a better seed is what I meant. I never even thought Tennessee would have a chance to win this game. Rick Barnes is a fraud, but he does get out of the first weekend, which is rare for him as a coach. I thought Tennessee bullied Duke. It's like they came out, played super aggressive, and Duke was kind of like, whoa, guys, just chill. And they were like, no, we're going to be the more physical team. And they were from the jump. So Tennessee moves on, beats Duke. I know some people thought Duke had a chance to make a run. I wasn't super confident. I didn't like Tennessee or Duke. I thought they were both kind of fraudulent programs, but Tennessee moves on. They get to the Sweet 16.
They do.
Anything else before we go over that stands out? Any other games that you can think of?
TCU, Gonzaga. This is why you watch every game.
Oh my gosh, what a cover.
So TCU is stupid and fouls Gonzaga with 0.7 seconds left. Gonzaga makes both free throws to go up. What is it? 6 at that point.
Yeah, and it was plus 4.5.
Plus 4.5 was the spread. TCU rolls the ball down the court. Dude is smart. He grabs it and just throws it up for 3. Makes it. TCU loses by 3. All-time cover.
Yeah, no, crazy,
cover.
Crazy too, because the game was over. There was not enough time to have another possession anyway, like you allude to. They roll it down. Gonzaga's like, whatever, do whatever. Like you said, picks it up, shoots it, and it's like, oh my god! Imagine if you had the other side of that. That's the worst beat of all time. 100%. That's the worst beat of all time.
100%.
There was
it's one of those things. Do you think these guys know the spread going in the games? No. And then they're like, they might get a text from one of their buddies. Yo, I got you guys plus 4.5. And he's like thinking that in the back of his mind at the end of the game. Yo, fucking Jimmy has fucking us plus 4.5, and we're down 6. Hey, roll the ball down the court.
I think they're aware of it, but I don't know that I think once you're playing, you're just playing. But yeah, you do wonder if that guy was like, we're at least gonna cover. Splash.
And the FAU FDU game. FAU, dude. If I was on FDU, I wouldn't have shaken that dude's hand that tried to go for a windmill dunk at the very end.
That was bullshit. That's bullshit.
Sportsmanship, but it's like, did he know what the over-under was?
Right.
Because if he makes that, over hits. He misses it, under hits.
Also, I feel like if he knew, he would have just dunked it regularly. I mean, he went for an aggressive windmill.
You're right. No, he did.
You know what I mean? That was like, okay, dude, you're not Vince Carter back in the day.
Relax,
you're not hitting that. Yeah. But all right, let's run through what we got for the Sweet 16 here. I got the bracket up. We'll start on the South or whatever it is. Alabama, San Diego State.
Right now I'm looking at it. That game is being played Friday at 6:30 Eastern time zone.
Yep.
Bama is 7.5 point favorites. Over under at what is that? 137. I mean,
I guess we should mention real quick, Furman beating Virginia. Crazy buzzer beater to start the tournament.
That was insane.
That was like the best start to the 13-over-4 splash with like 0.8 seconds left to take the lead. That was epic. But okay, So you said 7.5-point favorites over San Diego State. I don't know.
Bama's playing good. I mean, San Diego State plays good defense, but Bama's just playing kind of. I mean, they kind of looked like they were struggling with Maryland, and then they ended up pulling it way ahead.
Yeah, they beat them by like 22 points.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna go Bama here.
I think Bama covers the spread. I don't think San Diego State's all that great. They almost lost their playing game or their opening game to Charleston, and then they overwhelmed Furman. But I do think
I feel like the Furman one, Furman couldn't shoot.
Yeah, they just weren't making anything. I do like Alabama to cover here. I think Bama's the real deal for sure.
So do I.
Next game, I got Creighton Princeton, a 6:15 matchup here.
Yep, this is played Friday at 9 after the Bama game, or 9-ish, depending on when
Bama
it finishes
game
up. Ends.
Yep.
Creighton 10-point favorites.
Princeton will cover.
Yeah, I think Princeton's going to cover the 10, but Creighton's going to end up winning it.
I think Creighton wins the game, but I don't think they win by 10.
Oh yeah, I don't think they win by 10.
Let's see. I'll keep going down here. We got FAU Tennessee. I gotta imagine Tennessee's a double-digit favorite here.
FAU Tennessee, that is played Thursday. Tennessee is 5.5-point favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I can see FAU pulling up. They're a good team, and they won like
they score points.
Yeah, and they won like 33 games this year. So they know how to win, right? And granted, it's not against the same competition as like Tennessee's going against, but I wouldn't be surprised if FAU won this game straight up. Right. To be honest.
Neither would I.
I'll take the points, but I do think FAU can beat Tennessee. I think Tennessee's vulnerable. I really do. And then we got a banger of a game down here. Kansas.
Whoa! Can I give my pick?
Oh, I thought you were agreeing with me.
No, I didn't. I didn't say shit. Just because of that, I'm going Tennessee minus 5.5.
That's messed up.
No, what's fucked up is you just moving on.
I thought you were in agreement.
Fucked up. The next game is
what do you think? You really think Tennessee's gonna win?
I think Tennessee's gonna win. I think 5.5. Yeah, I'll go 5.5. I just feel like they struggled. I'm not saying FDU is not that good, but they kind of struggled a little bit against FDU. I just feel like Tennessee plays a little bit better defense than both the teams that FAU played the first two games. It's
also hard to predict, like, are those kids at FAU satisfied now? Like, they made it out of the first weekend. Because
you're talking 6 points. So you're talking, okay, they're down 4 late with 30 seconds left. They foul, make 2 free throws. Boom. Right. You cover, and then FAU doesn't make the 3. And I mean, it's one of those things that comes down the free throws.
Yeah. It could go, yep. Always. Next one here, Kansas State, Michigan State. I'm very curious about your thoughts on this one.
Michigan State 2-point favorites. I mean, Kansas State can play. They have, but they have a really, really good small guard. I checked his height. He's like 5'8", but
he shoots it.
That dude's more like 5'7", most likely, because if they have him sat at 5'8", he
might be 5'6.5".
He could be 5'6". It could be 5'8" in like shoes, and he could have like
wearing 3 socks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Give me Michigan State here.
I like Michigan State.
Give me Michigan State and my -2 too. Fuck it, Michigan State -2. I think they can get it done. Izzo knows how to get games done. I feel like this is Michigan State's year to get it to Houston and play. And I'm not saying win it all, but get to the Final Four, especially. Like, look, they're playing FAU or Tennessee after this.
That's what I mean. They have a very, very, I want to say easy road, but they have a
easiest out of all the other ones.
Definitely the easiest. And it'd be a great story locally, and I like rooting for great stories. I want Michigan State to win. I do.
I mean, they could. Real talk, they could honestly possibly win it all. Because, like, if you look at it, hear me out.
Okay, you need to relax.
Hear me out. Hear me out. They played against good teams that are in the tournament earlier in the year. Kentucky, Gonzaga. Yes, they lost those games. I think they won one of them. Yeah, they beat Kentucky. But Gonzaga, they lost to. But they played a good fucking game against them. And I'm pretty sure they played against another, like, hold on, let me pull up their schedule early. Because they played Gonzaga. And that was the one that was on the air
Yeah,
carrier?
that's the Gonzaga game. Yeah.
They lost by a point, 64-63. They beat Kentucky. They played Bama. They lost to Bama by 11. I mean, they've played good teams. So it's like they've played these teams that are in the tournament have played good. So I mean, I can see them, especially when they play Bama, possibly in the Final Four, having a little revenge game from earlier in the year, them losing.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's the way this tournament has been looking. I wouldn't be shocked, and I think that this team can get it done with how every other team is looking right now.
We got to take it one game at a time, obviously. But I will say, if you make it to the Final Four, anything can happen. Anything can happen.
Yes.
So, and it's not like it's not like we're talking about Princeton make it to the Final Four where it's like they don't have the athletes. I mean, State's a big time basketball school. They just are. So, and they have a coach that has the pedigree to win these games, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
he'll have a game plan for all of them. So we'll see. I would love for State to make the Final Four. That wouldn't bother me in the least. All right, let's go to the top right here. We got Houston playing Miami, Florida. I think this is going to be a great game.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Miami's good.
I think Miami's good. I think Houston's frauds. Houston is 7-point favorites. Give me Miami all day.
I totally agree with that. Miami totally changed my mind with how they dominated Indiana. And I thought Indiana looked pretty good against Kent State, a hot Kent State team. I thought Indiana was going to play Miami a little tougher than that. And Miami just looks good. Again, a good coach as well. So I'll take Miami +7 for sure. They could win this game just straight up.
100%. I agree with that 1000%.
Next game here, Xavier
possibly the best game of the weekend, I think.
Yeah, this is fixing up to be probably. I mean, this has got to be the spread's got to be close.
Texas is 4.
I mean, that's pretty close.
Give me Xavier.
I like Texas. I've been on Texas.
I'm not saying Xavier's gonna win. Give me Xavier +4.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this could be like a buzzer beater.
Just because it's one of those things. They struggled with Penn State. I'm not saying Penn State's bad, but they kind of struggled with Penn State, and Xavier can fucking play.
Yeah, no, they can. This should be a great game. I think Texas wins, but I'll take the points. Yeah.
It might be first to fucking 80 or first to 90.
Yeah, I think Texas got like 2 guards that have a lot of experience, and I love experienced guard play in the tournament. I don't know as much about Xavier, but I know they're a good team.
They have some decent guard. I mean, the Big East is just known for the guard play there. I mean, they're not, in my opinion, they're not really known for big men. Like if you think about it, yeah, Patrick Ewing went to a Big East school. There's been good big men that was while
40
ago.
years ago. Yeah,
I mean, I know, but it's like they have a lot of good guards that come out of the Big East.
Yeah, I agree. I like I like Texas in this one. Like I said, I think they'll win, but I'll take the +4 for sure. Next game, Arkansas UConn should be another good game.
This could be another really good game. UConn 3.5-point favorites. Give me UConn here. I mean, they looked like the best team in the fucking tournament right now. Yeah, they kicked the shit out of Ionia, and then St. Mary's, they kind of struggled the first half, but then they kind of ran 15. Away.
Yeah,
and then they ran away in the second half.
Yeah, I think UConn wins. But I expect it to be a hard played game. I don't think Arkansas is going to go down without a fight. I just think UConn was one of your teams that you like to maybe win it all. So UConn's a good team, man. And I think Arkansas has showed that they have some flaws, especially throughout the year. But again, once it comes tourney time, it's about how you're playing right now. And like you said, I think UConn's about as good as anyone's playing in the tournament right now. So yeah, give me UConn. And then the last one to pick here, we got Gonzaga, UCLA. This should be a good one.
This should be a really good one. UCLA 2-point favorites. Give me Gonzaga. I think they went outright.
You think they went outright?
Yeah, I think UCLA kind of struggled against Northwestern. I mean, yes, and TCU is a way better team than Northwestern is, and Gonzaga kind of looked good in that game. So give me Gonzaga here, money line.
Do
think
you
they're gonna win.
know if I'm trying to see right here? I just know that two of UCLA's like best defenders were hurt, and I don't know if they'll be back for this game. And I think that's going to make a big difference. I do like Gonzaga's coach. I love Mickey Cronin. He's a good coach. This is a hard one to pick for me. I want to say UCLA just because I like him better than Gonzaga, but Drew Timmy, man.
He's a dog.
And people are just sleeping on Gonzaga this year. They just think they like suck. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. People are like, "Oh, Gonzaga's not a 1 seed." Then it's Gonzaga sucked. It's one of those things. No one's talking about them.
Yeah,
and they're still a 30+ win team.
All right, you talked me into it. I'll take Gonzaga. You're right.
We're probably both wrong, but
well,
I mean, it sounds good in the head.
Yeah. I'll take Gonzaga. I do like the fact that it seems like they're being slept on, and that's not something good, especially with a team that has as much tourney experience as Gonzaga does in the last half a decade. So
right.
Well, all right. Well, that's our picks for the Sweet 16. What do you think? What matchup are you most looking forward to? Xavier, Texas?
That one or that Arkansas UConn game, just because I can see that one being a really good game, possibly. Or it could be one of those games where UConn just blows the fuck out of Arkansas, just because Arkansas is a very up and down team.
No,
and all that.
Okay, get down. Thank you. What time does State play?
6:30 on Thursday.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Anything else about the tournament?
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh, wait. Before we move on, since we're talking about college basketball, this is fucked up, and this is the only reason why I'm bringing it up. Ed Clooney, Providence coach, leaves Providence and goes to fucking Georgetown.
He got a pay raise, though.
It's fucked up.
He got a pay raise.
You're from Providence. You left your hometown to go to your fucking rival. That's fucked up.
Yeah. I saw Portnoy tweeting quite a bit about this. He got a pay raise, man. It's like he was making like 2.75, and I think he's gonna make like 6 now. It's something like that. So it's like it's kind of significant. Yeah. But again, you go to Providence like match and I'll stay. And if they say no, kick rocks, then it's like sorry.
I mean, you don't know if he already did that though, and that's why.
And that's the thing. If he just snuck out and was like, "Peace, I'm going to Georgetown," that's to me. And a lot of people have said it's kind of a lateral move. It's not like he's going to like the ACC.
Well, he's going to a worse team. It's not even a lateral move.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it feels like Georgetown has more history, though. Maybe.
Well, they do because you have like I don't know. I mean, yeah, you have Patrick Ewing that went there, and I think you have like national championships and all that. I mean, yeah, Providence was good, and they've had some decent players that come out of Providence, but they're no Patrick Ewing.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I did see that was like making headlines today, and it was or yesterday, I think it was. And
yeah, it was yesterday.
But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it works out for him, but it feels like it's never good when you leave for like a in-conference rival. Like I feel that never really works out.
No, just wait until Providence plays or Georgetown plays at Providence next year. I wonder what's gonna happen.
Shit. Yeah, you're not kidding. But all right, that's March Madness talk. Let's get in some golf talk real quick. Briefly, I'll get into the Valspar real quick. Taylor Moore wins the Valspar, first ever win for him. Congratulations. I just wanted to bring up that Adam Schenk was leading the tournament, like the whole tournament. That's got to be the worst name in golf.
It's a shit name.
Shank, like that's like a bad. You don't want to be
No, not at all.
Jordan Spieth down the stretch, man, almost won it. I think Jordan Spieth to me is the most entertaining. All besides Tiger, I don't know that anyone moves the needle as much as Jordan Spieth. He's so entertaining. It's absolute chaos. I mean, he's like in the trees, then has a crazy up and down. It's just like it's not a smooth ride whenever you watch Jordan Spieth, and I think it makes it so entertaining. But shout out to Taylor Moore winning the Valspar. It was a cool tournament. That's a tough course, that Copperhead course there. At Innisbrook. Tough course. tough course. One of my favorite to play on PGA, but that's a tough course to play at. Thick, rough, and I think it's one of those courses that it's only like 7,100 yards, which like for pros isn't very long, but they do it right. Tight, narrow fairways. You miss the fairway, you're severely punished. A lot of like dog legs and whatnot, and firm, fast greens. And everyone wants to talk about rolling back the golf ball because how distance is becoming such a problem. This course proves why you don't need to do that. Grow up the rough, put in some trees, and make the greens firm and fast, and you'll protect par. The winning score was only 10 under. So I thought that was a good tournament. Obviously, I had that on while we were watching basketball this week. And then let's get into the Dell match play preview. Love this tournament. It's unique. All right, sorry about that. All right, Casey, let's get to the Dell match play. Let's do a little preview here. One of my favorite tournaments. You know, we don't get a lot of this besides like it's a Ryder Cup or a President's Cup. So for those that don't know, match play, essentially you just play to win the hole. It's not like a typical stroke play tournament. Casey and I are playing. He makes birdie and I have a putt for par. You pick up and you go to the next one. It doesn't matter. So lowest score on each hole wins. If you get the same one, you have it, and you move on. So probably one of the craziest golf things ever is when Tiger 9-8 Stephen Ames after he had some comments saying like, Tiger, well, the way he's hitting it right now, who knows? I think I can win. Nah, that didn't happen.
Tiger went to what, 10 straight holes?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I mean, absolute domination. So that's always fun. I love match play because it's just something different. It's gets you out of the monotony of just a 72 hole stroke play. It's fun. It's a tough course. It's a really quirky course. We're going to see some guys hit like 450-yard drives because the ball just rolls forever out there. And then you get some weird kicks where you have some really awkward up and downs. It's played at Austin Country Club, firm, fast track. And it's quirky. It's kind of a weird design. Some guys hate it. Some guys really like it. I know like Justin Thomas with Drew, and he's like, I never play well there. I'm just going to go home and relax before the Masters. It's just not worth it. Scotty Scheffler's the reigning champ. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, some guys just dominate in match play. Like some guys are match play wizards. You look at a guy like Kevin Kisner, who's always played well in this tournament. He's sucked this year. He's missed like every cut, but like 2 tournaments. But again, in a tournament like this, a place where he plays well, you feel like a guy like that has a chance because it's just a different format.
He pulls Matsuyama first round.
Yeah, I think he's plus 175 on the Barstool Sportsbook to win that head-to-head. And he's plus 500 to win his group. So I don't know. Matsuyama had been playing okay. He had that really good Sunday at the Players. But other than that, I mean, Matsuyama's beatable for sure. I'm looking forward to it. And Matt Kuchar has a chance to break a record held by Tiger Woods. Whenever you are able to do that, that's great. If he wins 3 matches this weekend, he'll hold like the record for most matches ever won at a tournament, dating back to 1999. So that's kind of cool. So again, he's like a guy that does really well in the match play format, and it helps guys like you don't have to worry about throwing up an 8 on a hole and then seemingly your tournament's over, right? Like now it's just like, let's move on. You know what I mean? You get in the woods and you're already on the green. It's like, let's just go to the next one.
There's no point for me to get frustrated. We're just going to move on.
And I love match play too, because you have guys that will give putts and won't give putts. You're going to see some guys being like, no, you got to putt that. It's like, okay.
Yeah, go fuck yourself too.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's going to be us this year. I ain't giving you shit.
I'm playing tomorrow.
Okay. Do you want a fucking cookie?
Let you know how it goes.
Okay. I truly don't care. I hope you shoot a 50. No joke. I hope you shoot well.
Thanks. Yeah, I was about to say that's messed up.
You done with golf?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
I mean, you want to talk about it now, or do you want to wait until like next week and we can talk about it all?
That's up to you. I mean, do you want to talk about it up until this point?
Sure.
USA versus Japan in the finals. I feel like Trey Turner's been a star for Team USA. Hits that go-ahead home run in the quarterfinals to like win it pretty
Yeah,
much.
quarterfinals was a grand slam to take the lead, and then he hits another big one against Cuba to pretty much seal the deal. I mean, they kicked the shit out of Cuba. It wasn't even close in the semifinal. Then like that Japan Mexico game yesterday was pretty fucking good. And Japan ends up winning 6-5.
They didn't have the lead until they won it. That was their first lead of the game. They walked it off in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
What's that pitcher's name for Japan?
Sasaki.
He's so good.
Dude was throwing, I think, 19 of his first 20 pitches, or 19 of his first 20 fastballs were
all
100
over 100.
plus.
Yeah. He was throwing like 102 with ease. And then that splitter is 92, 93 miles an hour. Disgusting pitch.
Fucking Randy, Rosariano, however the fuck you say his last name.
Randy.
Dude, he was Randy
Yeah.
Scrandy.
Yeah.
That fucking dude was a stud in left field, making catches on the wall, then just sitting there like.
Did you see when he robbed that one? He just like blank face. He looked like a serial killer. It was just like,
yup. Like it, loved it.
Yeah, it's
fuck
been a good
him
tournament.
because he's a fucking Ray, but loved it.
It's been a good tournament. I mean, like, there's been a lot of chatter. I don't know if you've seen any of KFC's like tweets about it, but like about like Edwin Diaz getting hurt, celebrating. Altuve gets hurt, and he's like, no one cares. They should be like focused on getting ready for like the season they get paid for. I totally disagree with that. I love these country events, and I don't think when guys say that like it means a lot to them. Like I know Trey Turner was like, this was the biggest at bat of my career, and he's been in the World Series. Maybe it's a little bit being a victim of like the moment, but like I genuinely think they enjoy playing in it.
Randy said that one, it wasn't in the last game. It was the one from the game before that he went viral on. He said that robbing of a home run was greater than any home run that he has hit in the MLB.
Yeah, and I know
and it's a meaningful. These guys, guys take pride into like playing for their country. I mean, yeah, you can easily say because you're a fucking Mets fan, you're a fucking Red Sox fan, you're a fucking Tiger fan. Yeah, I don't want my guy playing in that because we have a season that starts next fucking week. So I want him to be playing with the team that he is going to be playing for the whole year to build that team chemistry so we can hit the opening day fucking running instead of walking. But I like events like this.
It's only every 4 years too. It's not like they do it every year.
Like
I think
what's his name? The Red Sox guy.
Yoshida.
He had a chance to play for the Red Sox. He was like, no, I want to play for Japan. This is more meaningful than that. I mean, I respect that.
Also, you're getting live at bats in a spring training game. You're playing like 2 innings, maybe and then they pull for younger guys. Like to me, I think these are more meaningful at bats than they're getting in spring training. This is high level elite competition.
You're giving them playoff experience before the playoffs
literally
even start.
And like Yoshida hitting that like home run to like tie the game in the semifinal or whatever. Like now when he's in the playoffs, he's like, I've been in a moment like this before where it's a sold out crowd. People are going nuts. Like you're not going to be like, well, Fenway's, it's going to be a little crazier, I'm sure, but still you get the point. Like
you can say I've been in this experience before where it's a huge at bat. I'm going to sit here and just patiently wait for my chance.
Yeah. And the moment's not going to be too big, right? You've been like, I've had the heart rate get up in an at bat before and been able to execute. I will say one of the proposals has been to extend the All-Star break, make it 2 weeks, and do this tournament during the All-Star break instead of before the season.
No,
I don't think it would work.
It wouldn't work. I like it before the season.
I think too many.
Or if you really want to do it, find a way, do it earlier than what would do right now. Like have the championship game like literally like the week before. Like last week should have been the championship game, not this week. But it's still you're still giving these guys over a week to go, but spring training's not over until next fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I'm maybe in the minority here in America, but I find it to be an awesome event. I mean, anytime USA is playing for anything, it could be water skiing, and I'm probably gonna be like, go USA. Man, I watch that. But
Oh, 100%,
also,
yeah.
did you see how like this? They're saying this is gonna be the most watched baseball game ever.
Oh, well, it's because you have a bunch of those storylines. You have what, Trout versus Otani. They're on the same team.
In
Two
the
top names in fucking baseball going head to head.
Well, it's not just that, it's how big of a market it is in Japan. And for this is a crazy stat. Over 91% of households in Japan watch their semifinal game against Mexico. 91%.
And you're talking that game is like what? How far ahead is Japan? Like
it was
are they 12?
Yeah, because yes. So it's like 8 a.m. there.
It's 9 a.m. right now. So they're okay. So it wasn't like it was 3 o'clock in the morning. It was
Right,
like
but
what?
still,
8.
still though, like,
it was still
not,
10, 8 or 9
you
in the
couldn't
morning.
get 91% of people to watch presidential elections in this country, let
Oh,
alone a baseball game. So that just shows you how big it is. I think it's an awesome tournament. Like I said, we only get it every 4 years. I think it's great. USA's tied 1-1, bottom of the second right now, and hopefully they win, and we can recap it next week.
Yeah, hopefully they can win. I mean, Otani, I didn't know this, but like Otani has never played in Japan professionally, or since he came over to like the majors. Like that was his first time back home playing in Japan, and like
Oh yeah, that was probably cool for him.
They were getting. Oh yeah, it was really cool for him. I can't wait to see that Yoshida fucking in a Red Sox uniform. That dude can fucking
cold.
bat.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's gonna be hitting dingers over that fucking right field wall, left and right.
I was excited when they got him, and then being able to actually watch him like live and at bats against legitimate competition has been great. I do think it's funny that
I want Sasaki.
Yeah, he's 21 years old. He'd be our best pitcher by far. He throws 102. I don't care if you have to put him in the bullpen to bring him over. Give him whatever he wants. Yeah. I don't care. You guys have the money. I'll give him 15 a year. I don't care.
100%.
Yeah, no problem. Zero problems with that. Don't let him go to the Yankees. That's all I got to say.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if he comes over, I can see Angels. I can see the Angels.
Cubs, because they have that Suzuki guy. It's gonna be when international players come over, there's typically like 5 markets they like to go to, and it's usually LA. Seattle usually gets because they had Ichiro and they have, it makes sense. The Yankees seem to always be in play for international prospects, and then Boston has had actually a pretty good track record as well.
Daisuke, this guy.
There's another one that we're forgetting, but yeah.
I remember Daisuke, dude. I was so high on Daisuke. I had a jersey when I was little.
Yeah, he was supposed to be
He was supposed to be really fucking good.
Yeah, I think, he was older too, I think, when he came over. Like, this guy's only 21. You could have him for 20 years. You know what I mean?
Right. So, well, the dude that started today, I think he was a 29-year-old. I thought it was going to be Darvish.
Yeah, that's what I read, that it was going to be Yu Darvish. Maybe something came up. I don't know why he didn't start. But that's what I saw on Twitter when they were playing their semifinal game, that Darvish was unavailable because he was expected to start the championship. So
yeah, if they make no idea. But it is what it is. I mean, go USA. Fuck Japan.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I saw a guy on Twitter bet 1776 on USA to win. That's cold.
I mean, why would you do that? That has nothing to do with Japan.
It has to do with the USA. That's when we became a country.
I know, but it has nothing to do with Japan.
They bet 70-76 on USA to win.
Yeah, it would be more funny. It would be more funny if it was against like fucking England. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm okay because yeah, it's a good bet, but I think it would be more funny if it was against England and not Japan.
I guess, yeah, but it's still USA. There's not a better number. All right, 45. That's the show, guys.
19.
We'll talk to you guys later.
I love you guys.
That's just out of pocket.